Hello people of Earth, this is Dan Lockhart, the Rider Valkyrie Dan Lockhart YouTube channel, and today I'm going to go for a ride. I'm going to ride up to the top of the neighborhood on some dirt roads over there, and after that I'm going to ride down into Crested Butte, go past the town, and I'm going to go up to the Crested Butte Mountain Resort. Hopefully you'll like my ride, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day for it. There's a few clouds that are starting to form, but for the most part it's a bright sunshiny day. And we'll see how it goes. I'm using my GoPro Max today. I have it set on super wide angle. We'll see how that works out. I'm not going to do 360 video. I'm just going to use super wide, and it's pretty amazing what this camera can do. I think it can do everything that Hero 8 and 9 does, except for it's just one camera. You can do 360s, super wide. You can even put it into Hero 8 mode, and it works well. It's an amazing camera. So hopefully you like my video. If you do, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
Hi, this is Dan. I'm going to do a voiceover on this video. I hope you like it, and if you do, maybe give me some comments in the comment section of the YouTube video. I'd appreciate that. Yes, this was a really beautiful afternoon yesterday. Tried to get out before the rain clouds formed up. We're in our typical Colorado weather pattern right now, where it's bright and beautiful in the morning, and then around 2 o'clock in the afternoon or so, things cloud up and we get the occasional rainstorm. That's the weather pattern that we like. Last few years have not been like that. It's been super dry the last few years, but this year we seem to be in a different situation. Kind of a more typical thing for Colorado, and I hope it stays like that. We'll have to see how it turns out. Seems like every time I want to use my microphone, I have to mess around with it to get it to work. I don't use it in every video, and it's a little bit of a hassle. I should bookmark the YouTube video that I go look at and to see how to adjust the levels and things like that. It seems like it's a problem every time, but maybe if I use it enough, then I won't have to retrain myself. This part of the neighborhood has paved roads. The road that we live on, my wife and I live on, is paved, but most of the neighborhood is not. And so with the dirt roads, what they do is to keep the dust down and to harden the ground, they use mag chloride, which is the chemical they put down in the wintertime to melt snow, but it's dual purpose. It melts the snow in the wintertime, hardens, and keeps the dust down in the summertime on the dirt roads. The adverse effect of mag chloride is that it's very corrosive to metal, and so we try not to drive on these dirt roads after they put the mag chloride down, at least for 4 or 5 days or so. But it does its job. It works well. This neighborhood is Crested Butte South. Crested Butte South-Colorado is about 8 miles south of Crested Butte proper, Colorado, and we've lived up here for, it'll be 7 years now in September. We used to live in Littleton, Colorado, which is more of a suburb of the metropolitan Denver area. Both my wife and I are originally from Denver. But this neighborhood is just really, we're so happy. We feel blessed to live here because everything that we like to do in any time of the year, we can do here in this community. So we're going up a little bit higher here. I was going to check the altitude difference from where our house is versus the top of the mountain that I'm driving to in this video. I think it's probably around, I'm going to guess around an 800 foot difference in altitude again. And I think it gets a little tricky. Karen's got a friend that lives up this way, and it gets a little tricky in the winter time because it's steeper here and there, especially in the driveways. And you know, when you're trying to move on snow, and it's a steep driveway, that doesn't help. It's been a while since I've driven up here, and I was really amazed to see how many new house starts there were. I probably saw at least 10 new places where they were either, you know, good ways into the construction project, or that they've got the foundation put up, or the foundation is being dug, and it's really booming up here, and so it's amazing. There's actually two rivers that come together when you first come into the neighborhood off of Cement Creek Road. The East River, which goes around the backside of Mount Crested Butte, the east side of Crested Butte, comes together in the neighborhood with the Slate River, which is the river that runs right across the road from our house. And our property is really flat, really flat. I have a friend that's up on the hill over here, and we came to dinner one night, and I said, "Boy, you don't have to move very far up to really improve the view quite a bit." And he said, "Yeah, at the cost of flat ground." So it does make a difference. The flat ground is a real benefit to us in the wintertime. Also, the way that our house is situated, it does get quite a bit of sun in the winter, so if the sun can help melt anything, then the direction's perfect on our house for that. This is pretty much as far as I'd like to drive on my motorcycle. The gravel that they put down, especially on the corners, it gets a little tricky. One spot of the ride here, when I came to a stop, I slid about 3 feet. And that's a little unnerving when you're on a 750-pound motorcycle and you're sliding around on gravel, but I just took it slow, and for the most part it was fine. In this video you can see all the wildflowers on the side of the road. Is absolutely beautiful yesterday. The wildflowers are popping right now, and you'll see them throughout this video. Crested Butte is known as the wildflower capital of Colorado. Super beautiful. Doesn't matter what time of the year. Yeah, we can get quite a bit of snow in the neighborhood in the winter time. Obviously, I mean, we're a ski town, so we actually look forward to the snow. And so far in the 6.5 years that we've lived here, we had one or two winters where the snow really piled up out in the backyard. I mean, it was high enough where it almost went all the way up to the eaves on our breezeway out in the backyard. Of course, that has a lot to do with the slope of the roof and how the snow sheds off the roof. And you can see, I never really paid attention to that very much when I lived in Littleton because we just lived in regular houses. But we didn't have to. They had to be concerned with snow load anywhere in Colorado, but especially in the ski towns. And I never really paid attention to that before. But I started walking the dogs around the neighborhood. You see in the wintertime that how the roofs shed to different roofs. And it's pretty amazing. We have one section of our roof where 3 different roof lines come together and the snow sheds right just outside of the door. And it's 2 levels. And that's tough for me to maintain in the winter. Sometimes I can't get all that down by myself, so I have to get extra help. This highway is Colorado 135. It's the only highway in and out of Crested Butte in the wintertime. There's one other road that comes into Crested Butte in the summer. It's a dirt road. It's called Kibler Pass, which comes from the other side of the mountains. And the snow just gets too deep there. They don't maintain it in the winter. Usually shuts down around the October time frame or so, October, November, when things really start taking off with the snow. But Colorado 135 here. This road turns into a dirt road also. Once you get by the ski resort, everything turns into a dirt road called Gothic Road. The county takes really pretty good care of these roads. They need to, because it's kind of the lifeblood for the community. You can see the wildflowers on the left here. They're just going crazy up here on the mountain. But anyway, back to the road. The county takes really good care of it, at least to the part where it turns to dirt. They close that also in the winter time. We have some friends that just bought a condo up here year before last, and they couldn't come and stay in it last summer because of the COVID restrictions. So they're happy to be here this summer. This is the first summer they've stayed here. That's the building right there. So, hi guys. Anyway, Mount Crested Butte Resort. It's now, Mount Crested Butte Ski Resort is owned by Vail Resort, so they're doing all the management of it now. They own the facility. I believe the mountain range here is called the West Elk Mountains, and it goes on quite a ways. It's part of the Gunnison National Forest. This road is just an amazing drive in the fall when the aspens are turning. But this is a pretty nice ride here. Wildflowers, just amazing. So beautiful. pulled into this little lot here just to change the batteries and one of the cameras, and I've never seen this place before. It's pretty amazing. That's called the wedding garden down there. You can see the chairs set up, and look at that background for a wedding. How amazing would it be to get married at a place like that with all that natural beauty back there? It's really the first time I've seen this place. I didn't even know it existed, but I think it's one of the best places I've ever seen for a wedding. I've actually shot, I don't know, 5 or 6 weddings as a photographer before, and I think that was the perfect setting. Hello everybody. You like it? Yeah. 2 thumbs up. And now I'm on a road that's directly across from the Crested Butte Ski Resort ski mountain. You can see going up in elevation up here the houses and everything that are awesome. Of course, a little bit out of my price range, but I don't know what you'd have to do to be able to afford a place up here, especially the ones that kind of jut out from the mountaintop. What a view. Look at that. Again, the wildflowers. I just can't tell you, I can't put it into words how beautiful it is. It's like that everywhere around here. Everything. Alright, I'll shut up about the flowers. There's the plaza, and that's where our friends just bought their condo. Little parking lot down here on the side. A lot of locals park here in this lot. The people that work at help maintain the resort, and if you're lucky enough as a resident, if you drive up to the mountain to go skiing, you might find a spot in there. Probably not, but there's a couple of other places that you can park. But the best thing to do is that the town runs a free shuttle bus that goes from Gunnison all the way to the Crested Butte Mountain Resort here, and that's probably the easiest, best thing to do. You don't have to worry about parking. You can just, park your car on one of the lower lots and hop on the bus. This is the main street in Crested Butte. It's called Elk. Really busy yesterday. So many people. The restaurants are full. Lots of people walking up and down the street. Quite a bit of difference from last year. But something they did last year, and they've done it again this year, is they turned it into a one-way. When the ski season started, they opened it up both ways again. You could see that it gives extra space for tables and chairs outdoors. The restaurants, they're doing a booming business right now. Well, for my next ride, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I'd still like to make it over to Steamboat Springs, but one of the things I'm considering doing before that big ride is to go down to the Colorado Springs and go up on the Pikes Peak Road. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and I've never been on that road before. That'd be a couple hundred miles one way to get there. Well, we've come to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.